screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game. And
he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Looking like the Vic Beasley of 2016 on that play, Charles.
That's the one that they want, too, because remember, that Vic Beasley, 15 and a half sacks, led the NFL in that category that season. Dropped to just 5 in 2017. He also dropped into coverage more, trying to help out his team.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A first down for the Eagles. Wentz finding the former Raven Wallace. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps.
Carson Wentz hits his first touchdown pass since December 10th of last year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver, because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Falcons offense, Charles, heading back out there, coming off a 10-6 season, made the playoffs again, but coming off the previous season when they blew that Super Bowl to the Patriots, I think a lot of folks were expecting more in 2017. So now turn the page. What can we expect this year?
They want to return to explosiveness on offense. I mean, that's what they've got to get to. You mentioned 2016. They rolled up points like crazy. Absolutely obliterated people on the offensive side of the ball. They want to get back to that. Get Julio Jones, get him sprung free again. But they drafted Calvin Ridley out of Alabama to help with that. All right? They can run the football, obviously, with Devontae Freeman. On the defensive side, the mantra is speed, speed, speed. And they want to get Vic Beasley back, chasing the quarterback, who led the league in sacks.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you put in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Wentz to throw on second down. Hurts over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Wentz going to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to it, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held him to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses. Catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to have a third down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me,
and this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, 40 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense heading out. And, you know, last year at this time, Charles, we said this was a franchise. It's kind of been a neutral for a while. They're not neutral anymore. Defending Super Bowl champs. What do you think? Favorites again?
I think so because this team has few holes, if any. Look, your quarterback, Carson Wentz, gets hurt before the season's over. His backup, Nick Foles, wins Super Bowl MVP. Wentz probably would have won the regular season if he finished out the year. Offensive line, one of the best in the game. Passing game keeps getting better. Multiple runners who can run it and catch it. Flip it over to defense. Tremendous defensive front. They can just swarm and get after you. Great coordinator, very creative. The big thing for them, they'll have to take everyone's best shot week in and week out during the season.
Now Wentz. Flush to his right. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though,
he's got it complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one, 41 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing on first is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
From the gun on third down, Wentz flushed out right, and it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
Flush to his right, and that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around, and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those, so it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guys. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Sproles. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Wentz now on first down. And a big loss here taken down. Tech McKinley able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
He's got it complete to Perkins. A nice pickup there, 19 yards, and they're set up better for third.
Oh, boy, when a good tight end reads man coverage, is able to run the corner route, almost impossible to defend. They can use a good head fake, work him inside, and then they'll get him on their back or on their hip and keep them away from the football with their body.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Going for the goal. Got his man. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Ryan on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Now Ryan on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think that...
This is caught inside the 15. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. And even 60 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. He's a second-round pick, a solid second-round pick. But when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a first-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had first-round grades on him.
And you take a look at his draft class, and he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jay Ajayi taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Eagles add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run by Jay Ajayi. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On second down, here's Ryan. And some room to work. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On first down, Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
A dump off to Sproles. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's complete. Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And he stopped immediately there. They go play action with Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit. Try it that way.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Fight, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, 15 yards, and the Falcons get a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's a Ajayi. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Let's go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated. Time and time again.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
On second down, Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. And
he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This is a Johnny. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it with Sproles. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Wentz escaping the pressure right. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 3 yards out. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Had 2 sides to that coin and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. On first down, Ryan. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. To throw is Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. To throw again is Ryan. Looking sideline, incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Ryan will throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right. But I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it. And then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Philadelphia, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This